Hello, I'm Patricia Henderson with Senior Connection Center, and this is your weekly connection. Joining us today is Cindy Sharp, Community Services Unit Supervisor with the Lakeland Police Department. Welcome, Cindy.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
Today we're going to talk about LEAP, and we're going to talk about the services that Lakeland Police Department has for older adults. Cindy, what exactly does the Community Services Unit do?
Thank you for asking, Patricia. The Community Services Unit actually is the umbrella for different areas within the police department. Under that umbrella, we have the Crime Prevention Unit, and it basically houses our neighborhood watch, our business watch, any safety program that you can think about, anything crime prevention related. That unit is what we call the education team. They are out there working proactively in the community, but they also act reactively, meaning that some people have been fallen victim to a crime, and some of those crimes would be what we would respond to, such as a residential burglary. We would respond to that and offer some of our services, maybe to give a security survey. Also under that umbrella is our Elderly Services Unit, which is what we're really going to focus on today, sharing with you.
Tell us a little bit more about Elderly Services Unit and what they do.
Our Elderly Services Unit is basically comprised of two people that go out into the community basically on a responsive basis, meaning when we get a call for a welfare check, we go out and we kind of investigate. Maybe there's an exploitation case. Sometimes people just really don't know what to do, so they'll call us, and we are kind of like a resource hub. We have many, many connections in our community that we can refer our seniors to. That may be possibly a home health aide. Some of our seniors are in need of assisted living, so we can connect them with a navigator to help get that scheduled for them. Some are just simple where they may need food, and we can hook them up with somebody that provides food for our seniors. Some is transportation, and some just want a friend to be able to connect to. So we consider it anything from A to Z is how we serve our seniors.
And I know you develop a lot of relationships within the community with seniors. And I know that you refer a lot of people to us as well, so we appreciate that. One of the things that I want to talk about today, or maybe you have a few safety tips for seniors that you could share with us.
Sure, I'd like to do that. First off, we want to alert our seniors that, especially times right now where COVID seems to be really prevalent and they seem to be homebound, not able to get out and about like they're accustomed to, is we have a lot of phone scams taking place. So we really, really want to educate our seniors that if it's not somebody they're seeking services from, don't respond to them. You know what you need. You know if you need a roof, you know if you need home health care, you know what your needs are. So when you get those phone calls, don't respond to them. Also, we have a lot of phone calls going around in reference to IRS or their Social Security. So we really want to educate them that IRS will not call you, nor will Social Security. So all of those are scams. They're just a way to get into your bank account. So hang up the phone. It is your phone. It is your phone bill. So hang up the phone. You do not need to speak with them. We also have a lot of door-to-door solicitors going around too, especially in our senior communities. We want to share with them again, they know if they're in need of a roof. So anybody that's coming door to door offering you services, don't open your door to them. Let them know that they need to move on, and you call the police because we're not accepting solicitors in our area. Those are a few good tips to kind of go by.
And that's a good point, is to call the police. Even if you just want to ask a question, is this a real thing? Is this a scam? Because I'm sure that most law enforcement organizations, and yours included, would want people to call before they responded rather than after.
Yes, yes, ma'am, yes.
It's much easier to keep someone out of trouble than to get them out of trouble. So.
Our seniors are very helpful and they're very trusting. So in the times that we're in right now, they shouldn't be so trusting, especially with somebody they don't know.
Absolutely. And so that brings me to the LEAP program. LEAP is an acronym for
Lakeland Elderly Assistance Program. What the LEAP is it actually ties into a database. If you are a senior, anywhere from 55 and above, whether you're married or you're single, we encourage you to sign up. And what it does is you sign up, you give us some personal information, maybe an emergency contact, a neighbor could be, a family member could be your emergency contact, some of your health conditions, if you want to disclose that. But what the purpose of it is that if law enforcement or if first responders were called to your home and we're not able to make contact with you, there will be a little sticker and it looks like this. And it says LEAP and it has a number assigned to it. And what that number does is it lets our first responders know that you're in our database. So they'll go to their computer and they'll pull up that number on their database and they'll have all the information that they need about you. And so they can make contact with your emergency contact, whether it be a neighbor or a family member. For example, I'll give you a really good example is we had a female that had signed up and she liked to play bingo. Well, the neighbor hadn't seen her in a few days because she hadn't been out and about, or the neighbor hadn't been out and about, whichever it was. And they had called and wanted a welfare check. So our officers had gone out, knocked on the door. There was no response. Well, they saw the LEAP decal, so they went to their vehicle and pulled up the number. And they called the emergency contact, and the emergency contact said, well, she's down the street playing bingo. Had we not had that information, we probably would have broke in her door and found an empty home. So it serves dual purposes. Number one, we won't break in your home, but two, we'll know if there's a medical condition and that we need to break in. So along with that, we give you a little tag that goes with it. It's a LEAP tag that you can tie to your keychain.
So you mentioned first responders have access to this information. By first responders, you mean police department and fire department?
Correct. Fire department. Fire department responds to all medical calls. So they will be on site. Our EMS does not have access to the database, but we've opened it up for Lakeland Fire to have access to it because they do respond with EMS.
How does someone sign up for the LEAP program?
So we actually have 4 ladies that are out in the area. We have someone servicing all the areas of the city. So I have all of them directed through my phone so I can assign it to the appropriate person to get them in contact with. So my phone number, if you're ready for it, I can give it to you, is 863-834-6912.
And we will have that at the end of the video as well for you. Do you do presentations to communities about crime prevention and about keeping seniors safe?
Absolutely. We provide all kinds of presentations throughout our community in reference to Neighborhood Watch, which is very active in some of our senior communities. But we also talk about senior safety. That's a really important topic that we take out into our community. We really believe that they need to know there are so many things that come up every day that are new to our area. So we want to make sure that we keep them educated.
And I know your ability to do presentations in the community is limited right now because of COVID-19. But people can call your office and get information, and I'm sure you have materials that you can send out to the communities as well.
Yes, ma'am, we do. And we have been little by little getting back out into our communities. So if somebody would like a personal presentation, depending on the size, we're able to do that right now. Yes, I have my mask that goes everywhere with me.
Cindy, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so glad that there's a program like LEAP available. Now, it is only available in the city of Lakeland through the Lakeland Police Department. Other law enforcement organizations have similar or special needs programs available, but all of the law enforcement agencies have community policing, crime prevention units that can provide information for you. Cindy, thank you again for joining us. We are glad there's a program like LEAP, and if you are watching, we hope you will take a leap. I'm Patricia Henderson, and this is your Weekly Connection.